Today we are going to target our lower body, focusing on our hips, glutes, and thighs. So grab your resistance bands or feel free to use your own body weight and join us for this floor exercise. So for this exercise, I'm going to double up. I'm going to go for heavy and a medium. That seems to be my favorite. I also have 2 bags of resistance bands, so sometimes I like to do 2 heavies if I really want to get there for that burn. All right, but today I'm just going to stick with my medium and my heavy. So go ahead and grab your bands, whatever is your comfort level, and then we are going to take tabletop position. Hands stack under the shoulders, knees stack under the hips. You want to find that nice neutral spine. All right, and then from here, we're going to exhale and pull that right leg away from the body, keeping the knee bent. So don't lose that alignment here. You kind of want to roll back into that evenness, keeping those shoulders squared forward. Keep pulsing here. Breathing, exhale as you pull away, inhale as you bring in towards the body. Maintaining that alignment. Stick with the breath here for 5. Keep going. 1. Good. From here, we're going to extend that right leg back nice and long. Make your way down to the forearms. You can interlace your fingers here. And then we're going to reach, lengthen through the legs, point the toes. Keep that evenness in the hips and shoulders. Forearms are pressing onto the mat here. We're going to continue that pulsing for about 10 rounds. Stay with that breath. 3 more, you can do it. Squeeze those glutes. And 1, let's bend the knee, flat foot, flex the toes towards the mat and press that sole of the foot towards the ceiling here. Donkey kiss. Exhale. Keep it going. And keep those forearms pressing onto the mat so you're building those nice sculpted shoulders here. Good job. That's not easy. Give yourself a pat on the back as we transition to the left side. Left knee stays bent. We're going to pulse away from the body, maintaining that alignment here. Hands press firmly into the mat as you extend through those arms. Nice and light. I stay nice and light, I realize that. Keep lifted here in the chin as well. You want to find a neutral neck here. The forehead parallel to the mat. Keep going. 5 more. Excellent. Let's extend that left leg back nice and long. We're going to drop down to the forearms. Interlace the fingers. Keep those forearms pressing into the mat and lift here in the shoulders. Square those hips forward. Lengthen through that left leg, pointing the toes. Pulse here for about 10. Breathe. Keeping that length in the leg as you reach to the back wall. You got this. 5 more. Let's keep going. Good. Bend that left knee. Flex the toes to the mat and press to the ceiling here for 10 more. You got this. Keeping that neutral spine here. Don't strain the neck. Forearms pressing onto the mat. Keep it going. 5 more. Good job. You guys deserve child's pose. So go ahead and bring those big toes together. Shift the weight to the glutes, to the hips. Keep the arms extended. Fingertips reaching towards the top of the mat. Improving our posture. This is a great stretch. You can also get into the neck a bit more if you interlace the fingers and tuck the chin in towards the chest. Get into the neck, get into the skull even. Feel the fascia in the body, just losing that tension. Finding that fluidity, getting any blocked energy moving. Now we're going to make our way onto the back. All right, so let's keep the back of the head to the mat, shoulders pressing onto the mat, tailbone pressing onto the mat. Let's bring the feet hip distance, knees bent. I'm going to stay here with 2 resistance bands. I love it. That's when I know I'm doing it right. That's what I know, I'm giving it my all. All right, so what we're gonna do is bridge up slowly. You wanna start by curling that tailbone, that coccyx up towards the ceiling, and peel one vertebrae off the mat at a time. Shoulder blades are gonna press onto the mat. Feet are gonna root into the mat. All right, connect to the core here, connect to that torso and back. Palms pressing into the mat. Exhale, lower back down. One vertebrae at a time. Tailbone comes to the mat. We're gonna inhale here. Exhale, press to lift, curling the tailbone, lifting. Come back to bridge. We're gonna do one more just like that. This is a great way to improve your posture. Connect to the central nervous system. The spine is a big part of the central nervous system. Lower back down. And now we're gonna get to work here. So let's exhale, press to lift and bridge. We're gonna open, pull apart. Exhale, pull apart. Squeezing those glutes at the top. You want to feel that burn in the hamstrings. Exhale as you pull the knees apart. Inhale as you bring in towards each other. And you can do as many of these as you want. If you keep your resistance bands, on the nightstand or by the TV, it kind of inspires you to stay consistent with your workout and stay motivated and improving one day at a time. So if you get watching your favorite show, you grab your bands, you start doing these, you just can go a little extra. All right, so we're just gonna finish up here with 5 more. Exhale for 4, 3, 2. Stay lifted, keeping that evenness here in the torso and back. We're gonna pulse away, knees pull apart, feet rooting into the mat. Feel that burn. So good. And let me tell you how effective this workout is, you guys. You're gonna feel your buns kind of get tighter overnight after this workout. And the more consistent you are, the more you're gonna experience. So 10 more. We're gonna really burn here. If you want, go ahead and drop down into reclined butterfly. Otherwise, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Soles come together. We're gonna pulse here in reclined butterfly. So for more intensity, we're gonna lift the tailbone off the mat and pulse here. You're really gonna start to target that gluteus medius here. I also feel it on the inner thighs here in the groin area. So this is just such a good workout. Keep it going. Keep those shoulders pressing onto the mat in alignment. Don't lose that awareness in the face and neck. 5 more. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Drop down. Good. Pull the knees into the chest. We're going to extend the arms nice and long. Exhale. Drop the knees to the right. Drop to the opposite side. Supine twist. Bring that one band. I have my medium. I'm going to bring around the soles of the feet. And I'm going to keep the heavy above the knees. I'm going to pulse away as far as I can go. I'm just going to pulse here. I like to extend my arms up above the head. Be more aware of the upper back alignment. Pulsing, pulsing, breathing, breathing. Spine pressing onto the mat, activating those abdominals. Let's go for 5 more. Good. Reach for those toes. Lift those heels towards the ceiling. Stretch the entire back of the leg here. Stabilizing in the tailbone as you press the tailbone to the mat. Feel the length of the spine. Shoulders drop from the ears. Pull apart. Good job. We're gonna now roll to the belly in prone position. We're still gonna continue to press the forearms onto the mat, palms pressing onto the mat. You wanna roll the pelvis forward, pressing that pubic bone on the mat, and then elevating the legs, pointing the toes. We're gonna pulse here. Little baby pulses. Lengthen through those legs. Squeeze those glutes. You're just adding some movement here. targeting those glutes, targeting those hamstrings, strengthening those hips. Keep going for 5. And 1. Good job. Take child's pose. Deserve it. And inhale, we're gonna come into down dog. All right, so feet are still hip distance, hands pressing firmly into the mat, rolling into those shoulders with that internal rotation. You're gonna let that band on the right side of the foot lift towards, like right above the right ankle. Half of the band there around the left sole. All right, we're gonna extend through that left leg, pointing the toe. Kind of feel that external rotation here in the hip as you let the outer ankle lift towards the ceiling. Okay, keeping the alignment in the upper body, pressing to the mat, keep going. Breathing. 2, 1, good job. Walk it out in place here. We're going to switch to the other side. We go right side. All right, so let the band come around the upper or lower left ankle, and then keep the other half of the band around the medial range of the right foot, or arch of the foot, point the toe. And here, keep that leg extended. Keep going. 5 more. Feel free to add a little bend in the knee if you need to, if that feels more comfortable to you. And 1, good job. Go ahead and remove that band. We're gonna walk it out in place. And then walking into a forward fold, feet pressing into the mat. Stretch it out here. Then from here, we're gonna roll it up back to standing. Namaste.